The Madwoman of Chaillot is a play, a poetic satire, by French dramatist Jean Radu, written in 1943 and first performed in 1945. After his death, the play has two acts and follows the convention of the classical unities. The story concerns an eccentric woman who lives in Paris and her struggles against the straight-laced authority figures in her life. The original production was done with Radu's frequent collaborator, actor and theatre director Louis Jouvet, who played the rag picker. The celebrated French actress Marguerite Marino was the inspiration for the piece. The play has frequently been revived in France, and the title role played by Edward Foyer, Madeleine Robinson and Judith Magri. Plot summary. The play is set in the Café de l'Alma in the Chaillot district of Paris. A group of corrupt corporate executives are meeting. They include the prospector, the president, and the baron, and they are planning to dig up Paris to get at the oil which they believe lies beneath its streets. Their nefarious plans come to the attention of Countess Aurelia, the benignly eccentric madwoman of the title. She is an aging idealist who sees the world as happy and beautiful, but, advised by her associate, the rag picker, who is a bit more worldly than the Countess, she soon comes to realize that the world might well be ruined by these evil men who seek only wealth and power. These people have taken over Paris. They run everything, they corrupt everything, says the rag picker. Already things have gotten so bad that the pigeons do not bother to fly anymore. One of the businessmen says in all seriousness, "What would you rather have in your backyard? An almond tree or an oil well?" Aurelia resolves to fight back and rescue humanity from the scheming and corrupt developers. She enlists the help of her fellow outcasts. The street singer, the rag picker, the sewer man, the flower girl, the sergeant, and various other oddballs and dreamers. These include her fellow madwomen, the acidic Constance, the girlish Gabrielle, and the ethereal Josephine. In a tea party every bit as mad as a scene from Alice in Wonderland, they put the wreckers of the world's joy on trial and in the end condemn them to banishment, or perhaps death. One by one the greedy businessmen are lured by the smell of oil to a bottomless pit from which they will never return. Peace, love, and joy return to the world. Even the earthbound pigeons are flying again. Criticism. Theatre Arts magazine described the play as one part fantasy, 2 parts reason. The New York Drama Critics Circle hailed the 1948-50 production as one of the most interesting and rewarding plays to have been written within the last 20 years. Pure gold, with no base metal, and having an enveloping and irresistible humor. Original productions. La Folie de Chaillot was translated into English by Maurice Valency, in Jean Radu, 4 Plays, Volume 1. First performed on 19 December 1945 in Paris at the Théâtre de l'Athénée in a production by Louis Jouvet. December 1948, January 1950 production at the Belasco and Bernard B. Jacobs Theatres on Broadway. This featured Martita Hunt and John Carradine as the rag picker. 1969. Production at the Oxford Playhouse in Oxford, England, featuring Hugh Paddock. 1969. Broadway musical adaptation of the Valency translation as Dear World, starring Angela Lansbury, music and lyrics by Jerry Herman. Book by Jerome Lawrence and Robert E. Lee. This won a Tony for Lansbury. 1969. The Madwoman of Chaillot starring Katharine Hepburn, a film adaptation based on the Valency translation of the play. 1975. English adaptation by Maurice Valency at the College of Santa Fe Greer Garson Theatre, starring Greer Garson. 1985. Production from the Mirror Repertory Theatre at the Theatre at St. Peter's Church, starring Geraldine Page. 1992. Dance performance starring Maya Plisetskaya, choreography by Gigi Kachulianou, music by Rodion Shvedrine, Paris, Espèce Cardan.